This is a demonstration of the TalkSmart software. Let's open the software. When you right click on that icon, you get the dialog box, and we are going to type in the username and password. When you log in, this software opens, and when you click here, you get these lessons. And you have a total of 30 modules for teachers. So let's click on lesson number 1. And when you click on lesson number 1, you have the contents of lesson number 1. So let's see what it contains. You have the topic name. That means the focus area of this lesson is pronunciation and voice modulation. And we have importance of a good accent. What does good communication skills imply? Pronunciation of consonant sounds, intonation and voice modulation, and free speech and fluency. So and it has 3 tasks, and let's go to task 1. Task 1 has 8 activities. So let's see what each activity has. Here, you are given a sample of very bad accent and then a very good accent to let you understand why it is important to have good pronunciation while speaking. Otherwise, your language gets distorted. I'll play a bit of it.
Why is a good accent important? First, listen to the reading of the text below. I've always wanted to travel the vast expanses of the Sahara Desert. Those kilometers of sandy waste and arid environment. They call out to me, look, I'm available.
Did you notice how badly that text was read out with very bad pronunciation? Now let me forward it a little bit and
fixed opinions and habits. So I tell people, I never had the opportunity.
Now here you have a reading of the text in very good English with good pronunciation and intonation. This is just to let people understand why it is important to improve and work on your accent and pronunciation. I'm going to close this and let's see what the next activity is about. Okay, here it gives you the components of good communication skills, and you have this button that allows you to increase the volume. Okay.
What do we mean by good English communication skills? 1. Clear articulation of words.
Then we have activity 3. Here you're given some words and you're asked to pronounce it and record yourself.
Listen to how the words are pronounced, practice saying them and record yourself. Always.
I can stop it here and I can record myself. Always. Stop. Do you want to continue your track? No. And I can play back.
Always. Stop. Do you want to continue your track?
I can again go back.
Always.
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 So here I can listen and record myself.
Always. Wanted. Wanted.
Wanted.
Wanted.
So you can keep practicing your pronunciation until you get it right. Then here we have the consonant sounds of English.
To develop a good English accent, You need to pronounce the sounds of English correctly. Here are the consonant sounds of English. Sounds produced with the two lips. P, B, M, W.
The next activity actually gives you a video. This is the previous activity, but here you have the video which demonstrates the sounds.
B, B, M, W.
So the learner can keep looking at these videos and practice the sounds until they have perfected it, and they can keep recording themselves and play back the recording. And this is a wonderful activity for them to perfect the consonant sounds of English. And the next activity is again a review of consonant sounds. This again is some more practice of the consonant sounds of English. And then this is consonant sounds in use, in everyday use, the words that we use every day. We focus on the consonant sounds in those words. And here you have a video which tells you about voiced and voiceless consonants.
In English, some consonants are voiced like v, and some are voiceless like f.
So this gives them a very sound foundation in the consonant sounds of English, and they can keep working on this until they have perfected their pronunciation of the consonant sounds of English. If you really want to pronounce words correctly, you need to understand the sounds that these words are made of. So unless you learn the sounds of English, it is difficult to learn how to speak English with a good accent and correct pronunciation. Let's go to task 2. What does task 2 comprise of? This is a voice modulation exercise where you first listen to the text and then you read along with the text and then you record yourself and compare your recording with the original. Let's see what this text is all about.
Find the miracle. On a journey through a jungle, a king accidentally cut off his toe while chopping a coconut.
You can stop it and you can practice. On a journey through a jungle, a king accidentally cut off his toe while chopping a coconut. And then if you want to record yourself, you can record. On a journey through a jungle, a king accidentally cut off his toe while chopping a coconut. Then I stop. Do you want to continue your track? No? And then I play back.
On a journey through a jungle, a king accidentally cut off his toe while chopping a coconut.
And I can stop it and I can compare it with the original
Accidentally cut off his toe. Find the miracle. On a journey through a jungle, a king accidentally cut off.
So I keep listening to the text and I keep reading with the text, and then I keep reading after that, recording myself until I'm able to read this text with very good pronunciation and intonation. And activity 2 is about summarizing. You have to summarize the story you just practiced in just 5 sentences, and then you record yourself on your mobile. You transcribe the narration, correct the mistakes, and then again you retell the story, record yourself until you are able to summarize without making a single grammatical mistake. Then what is task 3? Task 3 is a free speech activity where you fill in information in a bubble chart in the handout, and then you give a short presentation to a group. While you're giving the presentation, your presentation is recorded on a mobile phone, and then you go through your own your own presentation, transcribe it, and remove all the mistakes and redo the presentation, trying to avoid the mistakes that you made the previous time. This is an amazing exercise that allows teachers or anybody who's doing this exercise to overcome all the typical errors that they make. And everybody's error is very individual and different from another person's errors. So this exercise really helps teachers to weed out all their fossilized errors that they typically make. Okay, let me just play this.
Complete the bubble chart in your handbook. Work in groups. Give a short presentation to the group on 5 things I love about being a teacher. Record your speech on your mobile phone. Transcribe the speech and get the mistakes corrected. Memorize your corrected presentation or speech and once again give a presentation before the whole class. Record your speech on your mobile phone once again. Compare the first presentation and the second presentation. Did you notice any improvement?
So this is lesson 1. Let's go to lesson 2. Lesson 2 is vocabulary and grammar and conversational English. So let's go to task 1 and see what it's all about. This is a video where people are introducing themselves, and the transcript of the video is given here on the left.
Hi, I'm Preeti Gowda. I'm pursuing my Masters in Biochem at JJ College.
Hi, I'm Susan D'Souza. I work as a front office manager in Hotel Ashirvan.
Good morning, I'm Shaheen Taj. I'm a software engineer at Tata Infotech.
And then they have to practice the vocabulary that is used in self-introduction. They can practice, record themselves, and they can replace the names of these people with their own names so that they become proficient in giving a small self-introduction without making grammatical mistakes. Again, more practice in self-introduction, some more self-introductions, and finally they have to fill in a small little exercise in their handbooks and introduce themselves to the group. And task 2 is a grammar exercise where they are taught the difference between I'm in and I'm at, and there is a handbook exercise that they have to complete after this. Okay. Now let me show you the handbook for this. Let me log out and let's go to the handbook. So you have the handbooks for the 30 modules, and this is the handbook for lesson 1, where almost everything that is there in the language lab has been given here, along with exercises they need to be doing. And this is the voice modulation exercise, and this is the bubble chart that they have to fill in. 5 things I love about being a teacher. And at the end of each module, they need to reflect on what they learnt in the module. Then they write the date on which the lesson was completed. They sign it, and the principal has to sign it. Now, it's not necessary that all teachers complete it at the same time. Some of them may need more time to complete it, and some of them may complete it in a shorter time. So this is a very individual it's a very individual package that allows teachers to learn at their own pace, comfortably, taking time to perfect each module before they go to the next module. So there is really no compulsion to complete anything. The focus here is on improving language skills and taking time to make sure I master one module before I go to the next module. So this is what the language lab is all about, and each lesson has its handbook, its handout, and the user has to use this along with the language lab activities. They go hand in hand. So this is what the language lab is all about.